Hey Vivian, I thought I would do a quick video demo instead of writing down all the steps. So I know that's probably easier for me and harder for you, but I hope you don't mind. I'm not feeling tip top today, so I'm going to take the lazy man's way out, or I should say lazy woman's way out. Okay, so here we are in PowerPoint, and this is a similar process to drawing the conversation bubble. Again, to get rid of, if it comes in with automatically with one of these layouts that you don't like, the layout button is up here on the under the home menu on the slides submenu, and you hit layout and you can pick blank, and then that gets rid of it. It's sometimes hard to grab the edge of these boxes to go ahead and use delete to get rid of them. So to put in a text box on the drawing menu, which is available on my big home ribbon, I think they call it, there's a drawing one that's been activated. I can't remember if I had to turn that on. So if yours isn't on and you don't see drawing and you don't see this little rectangle with an A in it, no problem. Just go over to the insert menu and back to the shapes button where you found the conversation bubble and find the rectangle with the A on it. I've used mine recently, so it's at the top, and then, but you'll find it always under basic shapes. So select that one. You'll notice your cursor now is a little sword, which is another symbol meaning you can draw something. This means you can draw something that automatically is going to have text in it. So just draw it any size, because you can amend all of it later on when you figure out what you need to do. And I'll just go ahead and type in here. It's got a blinking cursor, so I'll just type something. And now what I need to do if I want to make any changes is I need to select this text, and sometimes I have to double click in the box to be able to select the text. See how my cursor has changed from a four-way arrow to the little cursor that denotes text. I can select the text that way. Okay, it's hard for me to do that sometimes. So what I do is I select the box, and when I see that four-way arrow attached to my cursor arrow, I know that the whole box is selected. It means I can move the box anywhere I want to. With the whole box selected, also notice that now I have a solid line around the text box instead of a dotted line, but I can tell because I can't see those little dots anymore. The four-way arrow attached to the cursor arrow is the sure way to know your text box is selected. And now that's an easier way to change the justification, make it bold, amp up the font, change the font color, all that good stuff. So right now my text box background is transparent and my text is blue. You could always put a background color behind it by going to shape format, and over here where it says shape styles, you can put in some kind of fill color. So you can choose a fill color, and then of course if you don't want a fill color, they give you an option to say no fill, and that's what it defaults to. So that's probably going to be the best thing for putting it on top of a picture anyway. All right, so now I'll insert a picture. And I'll just go to pictures and go to this stock images, and I'm actually doing this backwards. I'm doing it this way on purpose because the sometimes it happens that you put your text box down first and you put your image down second, and this thing builds in layers like all of these text boxes do. Okay, let me insert this. It'll be way too big, but we'll size it down a little bit. Now you can see that my image covers my text box because the text box was layer 1 and the image is layer 2. But no problem. If that happens, and the first time it happened to me, I just put another text box on and later realized that the text box was just hidden behind the image. So I thought I would demonstrate. So here's the image. I'm going to go up here. I've selected it. I can see the handles. Up here to picture format, find the arrange menu, and I can bring it forward or send it backward. and you know, you can keep on tapping it if you have several things on until you get it to go exactly where you want it to be. So now my image is behind my text box, and if I select my text box, and notice I've got a blinking cursor and I can see the dotted dots around here, I know that I can't move my text box until I click on it again and get that solid line, and my white cursor arrow is attached to a four-way arrow. Now I can move it over anywhere I want. Another way to move it instead of dragging is to use the arrow keys on your keyboard, but you definitely have to have that four-way arrow attached to your white cursor arrow, or else all you can do is manage the text inside. Okay, so now what we can do is we can group this, because you know, just like the conversation bubble, they're two separate elements. So I have to select everything on the screen. So I'll just draw a huge rectangle that covers both items, and that selects everything. I can see the white handles around the edges, and I can go back up to either the picture format menu to find group, or the shape format menu to find group, or I'm pretty sure you can right click on one of the two elements, and here's group here. So I can hit group, and now they're both grouped and they're going to stay together. Then I can go back and right click on it and find my save as picture item. That's a little bit, it's about halfway down, a little more than halfway down, a couple of lines more than halfway down. And again, if you don't get it the first time, then you know, take your time and just keep at it until you get the long menu that you need. If you make a mistake, you got to change, or you decide on, you know, better text or different text, or it's not big enough, whatever, go down to group and ungroup, and then you'll be able to change your text to whatever you want it to be. So you can, but you have to regroup it again. So I'll go up to this one, just happens to be shape format. Doesn't matter which one you use, and there it is, it's grouped. And I can right click anywhere on it to save it as a picture.